Today, we are talking about Marathon Digital, the largest Bitcoin miner in the United States, and if it's a good buy right now. Before I do get into the video, please make sure to like the video and also subscribe to the YouTube. Really appreciate your support. Anytime we're talking about a company where their business is surrounding Bitcoin, the success of that company is going to be determined by if the Bitcoin price goes up or the Bitcoin price goes down. So we're talking about the largest Bitcoin miner in the United States. This business is basically just stacking Bitcoin. They're mining Bitcoin at a very high rate, which is awesome. And they're also buying Bitcoin. They bought a lot of Bitcoin in 2024, which we're going to get into later in the video. But if the Bitcoin price goes up to $200,000, $300,000, we can probably expect the Marathon Digital share price to head up with it. If Bitcoin crashes down, we see the price head lower, we're probably going to see the Marathon Digital share price head lower. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. As of December 31st, Marathon Digital holds 44,893 Bitcoin at a price of around $100,000 per Bitcoin. Their Bitcoin stack is worth $4.49 billion. If we compare that to the market cap of their stock, the market cap is currently around $6.1 billion. So I believe that Marathon Digital is pretty fairly priced here. Their Bitcoin stack is worth a little bit less than their market cap. And you also have to account for what their business is and the value of their business, the value of being the largest Bitcoin miner in the United States and a Bitcoin miner that is continuing to grow. Over the past year, we've seen the Marathon Digital stock price fall down 25%, which is kind of weird when you consider that the Bitcoin price has been rising so much over the past year or so. And the share price is currently at $18.20. But given what I just said, how much Bitcoin they have and where their market cap is at, I believe that this stock is pretty fairly priced right here. Now let's get into how Marathon Digital has been performing as a Bitcoin miner. They've been performing very well. In 2024, they had a great year. Marathon Digital mined 9,457 Bitcoin. And if we go ahead and take a look at a chart here, which I thought was kind of cool, this is from their Q3 financial report. You could see that from Q1 2024 to Q3 2024, this is their latest earnings report that they have on their site. You could see that they mined more blocks every quarter. In Q1 2024, they mined 368 blocks. Then in Q2, 457. And in Q3, 604. We've also seen their hash rate continue to rise. And the hash rate is a very important metric. If you're not familiar with the hash rate, basically what the hash rate is measuring is the amount of computing power that you are contributing to Bitcoin mining. And the higher your hash rate, the higher the likelihood that you are going to earn the block reward, that you are going to earn Bitcoin. So as a Bitcoin miner, you want to be producing a very high hash rate because you're going to have a higher likelihood of earning those blocks. As you can see in this visual, their energized hash rate hit 36.9 exahashes in Q3 2024, but I checked on the Marathon Digital website and they actually broke 50 exahashes per second, which is amazing. They saw a lot of growth in their hash rate in 2024. Their energized hash rate hit 53.2 exahashes per second to end the year, and the hash rate grew 168% in 2024. So this is a business, a company that is thriving. They are continuing to grow, continuing to increase their hash rate, and also expand their mining operations. Let's talk about that for a second. On December 3rd, Marathon Digital acquired a wind farm in Hansford County, Texas. I also saw in their Q3 financial report that they acquired a 222 megawatt site in Ohio, and that their Bitcoin miners increased 7% year over year to 268,000 Bitcoin miners. And again, that is just in the Q3 financial report. So they probably have more Bitcoin miners now. And Marathon Digital has displayed that they are going to continue growing. They are going to continue expanding. This is what you want to see in a company that you're investing in. It looks like they'll have a good chance of maintaining that number one spot as the largest Bitcoin miner in the country. And I think that Marathon Digital is going to have another successful year. I think they will mine many more blocks and they are going to earn a lot more Bitcoin. I think that their mining operation will continue to expand and they will continue to see success. And it looks like we're going to see the Bitcoin price go a lot higher this year from everything that I'm seeing. So it's looking like it's going to be a pretty good year for Marathon Digital's mining operation. But let's get into the other side of the business, because while Marathon Digital mines a lot of Bitcoin, they also buy a lot of Bitcoin, and they bought a ton in 2024. Marathon Digital acquired 22,065 Bitcoin in 2024, and they took a page out of the MicroStrategy playbook and they started issuing convertible debt. In November and December, Marathon Digital raised $1.9 billion with convertible notes, and they bought 15,574 Bitcoin. So that is the majority of the Bitcoin that they bought in 2024. And they're probably thinking right now, hey, we just bought more Bitcoin than we mined all year, and we were able to raise the money rather quickly. And I think Marathon Digital may continue to use this strategy. We've seen a lot of companies starting to issue debt, specifically convertible debt, to buy more Bitcoin. And the reason that this convertible debt is so attractive and why companies are able to raise more money with it is because convertible debt can be converted from debt to equity at a future point in time. So if all these companies are issuing convertible debt and just buying Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin continues to shoot up higher, then these debt investors know that the share prices for these companies are going to shoot up higher as well as they hold more Bitcoin on their balance sheet. They know that the share price for a company like Marathon Digital is going to shoot up as the Bitcoin price shoots up, and that they're going to be able to get those valuable shares in the future. So I think this is kind of a win-win for the debt holder and the company, and we're going to see more and more companies continue to do this. And I see no reason why Marathon Digital wouldn't continue to do this in 2025. If you can acquire more Bitcoin faster by just issuing convertible debt than spending all this time and energy mining Bitcoin, then why not? The only catch is that there is share dilution with convertible debt. Because the debt is converted to equity in the future, that means that there's more shares of the company, which means each individual share gets diluted, but the company continues to grow larger and they get more Bitcoin. So I think it's a winning strategy. So to wrap it up here, it looks like Marathon Digital is going to mine a lot of Bitcoin and buy a lot of Bitcoin in 2025. We know there are a ton of bullish catalysts out there right now for Bitcoin. I've been following a lot of Bitcoin metrics. Right now, my favorite one is the Bitcoin balance on exchanges. And we are just continuing to see Bitcoin fly off of exchanges. So I think the Bitcoin price is going a lot higher this year. And with that, we can expect Marathon Digital to perform very well. Now, is it a good buy? I think it is. We know that the Bitcoin price is most likely going to go a lot higher over the next couple of years. And with that, we could probably expect the share price for Marathon Digital to head a lot higher as well. But for me personally, I would rather just hold Bitcoin. I think that Bitcoin has less risk when I hold it myself. I don't have to worry about anything that Marathon Digital might do if they may mess up in some way or lose some Bitcoin. We also know that Marathon Digital loans some of their Bitcoin out to other parties, a small amount. So for me personally, I would rather just hold the Bitcoin straight up. But if you're looking for a way to invest in Bitcoin indirectly, I think this is probably a good company to invest in. If you're looking to diversify away from Bitcoin, probably not a good company to invest in because the success of the company is determined by if the Bitcoin price goes up or down. But I really like what we're seeing from Marathon Digital and the continued growth that we've seen. And I think that the future of the company is bright. That's going to wrap it up for this video. If you didn't like and subscribe, please make sure to do that now. Thanks for watching. I'll be back soon.